Welcome to the second part of how to play cribbage, and this is the second video of 3 that I'm making. Now, I'm not going to go back and recap everything in that first video. If you haven't watched my first video, it is crucial that you watch it before watching this one, because this video is going to be about scoring and gameplay with some basic strategies on how to play. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the scoring. Now, you get points in 2 ways. During the gameplay, which is the part where you're laying down the cards, and number 2, adding up the cards after the gameplay round. So let's talk about how you get points on each of those. These are the ways that you can get points. As you lay down cards, if you're the person that can total up to 15, so for example, someone lays down a 10, you go second, lay down a 5, you get 2 points for doing that. If you put down a card like a 4, and the other person puts down the same card making a pair, points for doing that. If you're then able to then lay down another card making 3 in a row, you get 6 points for that. And if you're actually able to lay down another one in a row, that's 12 points. That's awesome. A run of 3 or more also gets you 1 point per card. If the starter card is a jack, the dealer gets 2 points. They also call it his heels. I don't know why. Go is worth 1 point. And if a person is laying down cards and they don't have a card that can get them 31, for example, let's say the count's at 27 and all their cards are 5 or higher, they have to say go, you get a point because they don't have the card to get to 31. And the person who can lay down the card that gets to a total of 31, 2 points. Now I'm realizing I actually forgot one here. And the person who lays down the last card also gets 1 point. Now let's talk about adding up the points after you've laid down cards. The difference here is that you're not just using the 4 cards, but you're also using that starter card, that 5th card, to make these points using the 5 cards. Total of 15. Look at the 5 cards, and if in any of those 5 cards you can make 15, you get 2 points for every way you can make 15. For every pair, that's 2 points. And even if you have a 3 and the starter card's a 3, that's still a pair. Same thing with 3 of a kind. If you can make a 3 of a kind, that's 6 points. If you can make a 4 of a kind, that's great. That's 12 points. Now, a run of 3 or more, you get 1 point per card. So if you have a 2, 3, and 4 in your hand, it's 3 points. A flush. Now, this is interesting. You have to have a flush with the 4 cards in your hand to get 4 points. But if you actually can make the flush using the 5th card, then you can get 5 points. The knobs is 1 point. That's a jack suited to the cut card. So if you have a jack in your hand that's suited to the cut card, we talked about that. A double run of 3s. What this just means is if you have multiple ways of showing a 3 of a kind, you get points for each. In this case of double runs of 3s, it says 2, 3, 3, 4. You got 2 points because you have a pair of 3s, but you also have a 2, 3, 4. Then using the other 3, you have a 2, 3, 4. If you add up those points, you'll realize you got 8. And same thing with double runs of 4s. You're getting the 2 points for a pair, but you're also getting a point for the ace, 2, 3, 4, and then you use the other 3, ace, 2, 3, 4. And a triple run, which is great, which is that you have 3 of a kind with the run 2. So in this case, you're getting a 3 of a kind for the ace, and then you're also able to go ace, 2, 3, ace, 2, 3, ace, 2, 3 each time with a different one. Now here's the second part of the video. I promised you good strategies and tips on basic gameplay. And here are my 10 best cribbage strategies and tips. Number 1, keep the useful cards when you're not the dealer, and discard the useful cards into the crib when you are the dealer. In other words, if you're the dealer and you're looking at a pair, for example, put that in the crib. You're going to get those 2 points later. That's a pair. But if you're not the dealer, don't put a pair into the crib. You're just giving a pair to the crib, which the dealer will get the points for. Now, just to give you an idea, the ace and king would be good cards to put into the crib if you're not the dealer, because it's harder for the dealer to use that into a run later on. Number 2, never start with the 5. When you're laying down cards, never lay the 5 card down first, because most likely the person you're playing against has a 10 or a face card, and they're just going to get the 2 points for hitting 15. Number 3, runs do not have to be played in order. You can have a 3, a 5, and then a 4, and that's how you can get points for that. So think about that as you're playing. Number 4, leading from a pair is a good idea. In other words, if you have a pair in your hand, you can play the first pair. Don't worry if the opponent makes a pair on you. You can then play your other card and get a 3 of a kind. But don't hold on to a pair. Number 5, leading with an ace or a 2 is not a good idea, because those cards should be saved to the end when you're trying to add up to 15 or to 31, or you don't want to get caught in a go. Hold on to your low cards. Number 6, the safest card to leave down is a 4 because it's hard to make 15 points. If the opponent then lays down a 10, it's still only 14. Maybe you have an ace and you can get the 15. Number 7, math. Math can win or lose the game. The best cribbage players always have the count in mind, getting to 15 and getting to 31. Number 8, take your time during the show phase. That's where you're counting up the cards. You don't want to miss any potential points. I showed you how you get points in all these different variations. Don't lose those points. Number 9, while you're laying down cards, try not to get the count to 21 because you make it easy for your opponent to then lay down a 10, a face card, and make 31 and get the 2 points. And finally, number 10, if your opponent starts with a card that you can pair or you can make 15, don't go for the pair, go for the 15. And remember, the dealer also gets the crib points. Also, when you're adding up your points, remember you get points for every variation you can make. And that's where knowing how to add up to 15 multiple times is important. That's how you really rack up points. Finally, the game is over immediately when the first player reaches. You don't even finish the round. The other person doesn't get his turn. If you can get 121 points on that peg, the game is over and that person wins. And not to beat a dead horse, but I thought it'd be fun to just show you what is the highest score a hand can get during the show phase, which is counting your cards. And that is 29. It's if you have a 4 of a kind using 5s and a jack. And the reason is because the combination of having 4 5s gives you 8 different ways to count up to 15, which is 16 points. You also have a 4 of a kind there worth 12 points. And with the jack, you also have the knob, which would give you 1 point, and that would add up to 29 points. I think at this point you really get a sense of the game, but you may have questions on what's the best strategy and how to really maximize those points. And that's what my next video is going to be about. Certainly, if you were to not watch the next video and just stop here, I think you have enough to be able to play your friends and actually have a fun time with it. It's a very fast-moving game. It's a counting game. It's a lot of math and it's a lot of counting. I've also been showing you how to play with just one other person, but the game actually can have 3 players and 4 players. I'm going to touch on how that plays out in my next video. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Please let me know if you have any questions and keep checking out my channel for all kinds of videos on how to play games. Thanks. Bye.